Just gonna welcome everybody. Nick got a nice little music coming on. Let's give people about 2 more minutes. People, tonight we are going to have an interesting meeting because this is not going to be the type of meetings what you see on Sunday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday. These are Jonathan's meetings and his company meetings and so on. This right here is a meeting with our team to simply get everyone with the right mindset and for people to understand what type of business they've chosen to be in. The only reason why all of you are on here tonight is that we've all been through some challenges. Do you agree? And in those challenges, there's been changes that some of us had to adjust to. There's been product changes that had to be rectified. And that's basically, I think that batch is about gone. It's still a good batch. It's just a matter of people are now beginning to recognize that still we have a great product. The release of the Hydro MicroDaily is huge. And I say it's huge because a lot of people that have been on this product are telling me that this product works even better and quicker than the MicroDaily EMF. Now, whether you choose to stay with the capsules or the juice is up to you. It is $5 more. It is $5 more. I don't think $5 make a difference to most of us. We go there, we go to the store and buy potato chips if it's on sale, 2 for $5. So this right here, to me, every report I'm getting tells me that this product is absolutely phenomenal. So those of you that have been actually on order of EMF or the original MicroDaily, I am highly recommending for you to try the Hydro at least and see whether this may be one that you would rather switch to, and whether you want to use the capsules, that or the original MicroDaily is strictly up to you. But we're going to have some thoughts on that tonight, and I want you to really think about what we're about to say tonight. I'm doing what they call a game changer. I used to have the website Game Changer. I gave it up, and I think it's the worst thing I could have done because if I would have held on to that, I could have actually made a site for us training off GameChanger.com, and somebody took it right away once I brought it up. So tonight we're going to get started with the business. Everything that you do in this business is going to be mindset. Most of you that's on here have been on here for a long time. If you're not making at least $1,000 a month, there has to be a change, not only in mindset, because you've already determined that you're going to stay here. That's understood. However, the question is, how do you change your habits to make your business grow beyond your friends, your relatives, and so on? So, Nick, beware of if there's noise in the background, you need to just mute everybody out. Everybody mute out. And that way you only come on whenever you are called on, you can come on. That way we keep the noise to a minimum. Hello there, Freddie. Good to have you here. So again, we bid everybody a welcome. These team meetings from me, from Bernard Dean, is going to be, for those of you that don't know, I do have a life coaching status. And what I want to do is I notice that every time I coach people, people tend to do a lot better, not only in the company, but in their personal lives. I've sent out things on Bernard Dean Coaching Networks. Some of you have taken advantage of it, so then you haven't. But it doesn't matter where you came from, it's where you are and where you're going. I highly recommend on these Monday nights at 8:00 p.m., and hopefully it's still a good time for everybody because it's wound down, give you a chance to come from work, wound down, California, a chance to have half a chance of being in on this. And we're going to record it and put it on YouTube channel so that no longer will we be people that miss it they will have access to our network. So on this right here, though, when you come in this business, a lot of things are taking place that's causing a lot of you not to grow. And a lot of you are kind of only tapping into your friends and relatives. And some of you have less friends and less relatives because you've done, you basically badgered people to actually try our products. I'm suggesting tonight you listen a little bit to what we have to say that's going to help curve that and give you a more constructive plan that not only help to preserve friendships, but it'll also help you to build your business. Nick, do you have that video ready? Okay. I want y'all to look at a video that I do public speaking for Toastmasters, and I do public speaking, of course, on a personal level for volunteer service. But what I've noticed with people, there are people that come into the public speaking arena, and I want you to equate this with our business. People come into the business, they are frozen with fear. A lot of times they come up to the stadium, the podium or lectern, and a lot of times they want to speak and their minds sit down and they stand there totally frozen and do not know what to say. And some people decide they'll never do that again. Well, that happens also in business. People will come into a business and they'll fail for a few months and decide we'll never do that again. And they'll spend the rest of their life complaining that they just need an opportunity, with the failure to realize opportunity sometimes come disguised in overalls, and you have to work. And sometimes have to work, it takes a lot of effort, and it doesn't always have the outcome that you want to look for. Nick, play this video for me, and I want y'all to think about this. I want to get some thoughts on this.
But failure is the price of entry. I failed so much when I wanted to become a speaker. The first gig I got paid, okay? I got paid $3.5 grand in Sydney for a building association. When I walked off stage the first time, do you know what the CEO said to me? He goes, "Have you done this before?" I refunded the money. And I thought I was going to give up and never be a speaker again. So understand that it doesn't matter who you are. Failure is the price of entry, and you have to pay it multiple times. So don't be afraid of the entry price. It's just an entry price. You will fail, and it's okay. It's okay. And then you will fail again, but then you learn. You fail again, and then you learn, and then you'll succeed. You'll do great. Don't trap yourself in a life you don't want to be in. We live in a different world now. It's very different.
Very important. What did you get from this video? Shelly, go ahead.
What I got from it was that you have to accept that you're going to fail. You have to accept you're going to fail, but you also have to accept that you're going to succeed. So it's fine to fail because you eventually will succeed.
Okay, very good. I appreciate you keeping those answers short and concise because we got a lot to go over tonight. Someone else, what did you get from this video? Horace?
That no matter, that no matter how good you think you might be as a speaker, you're going to fail. And there's times that you're going to freeze up. Like you said before, there are times when you go blank and you stand there and you just forget everything. So what I learned from that is you keep trying. No matter how many times you fail, you keep trying.
Excellent point there. Liz, and then Joyce.
Failure does not necessarily have to define you. If you don't try, you never know what you can do. So if you fail, that simply should serve as motivation to correct the situation, readjust.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Liz. Joyce?
So re-emphasizing, if you fail, get up and keep trying. Continue.
Okay. And all of those sayings are absolutely correct. Now, here's what's interesting, though. When you try and fail, what do you notice that you'll learn from that failure? You should learn something. And what is that? Because in everything we do, whether we try and fail or try and succeed, we do what? We learn a way to either do it or we learn some way that we don't want to do it. And tonight, we're going to actually talk about some plans that we as a network have that will prevent you from ever doing that. And we're going to talk candid about situations that you want to be careful about. So that being the case, tonight, let's get started. One of the things that we talked about and what I did was we made a decision. Wouldn't you agree that the website itself is very challenging when you're trying to introduce people to how to do this business? Do you agree or disagree on that?
100% agree.
Thank you so much, Nick, for answering that.
Yeah,
I'm getting
agree.
everybody to speak up quickly. You got to speak up
Agree.
quickly because we gotta move. Go ahead, Shelley.
Yes, I say agree. I agree.
Okay. And what makes our website challenging to you? Honest talk. This is our team. What makes this website challenging to most of our leaders? You guys are not just affiliates. You are actually leaders. If you got one person on your team, you're a leader. What is it that makes this website challenging for you?
The changes that happens from time to time.
Okay, that changes, but something else.
To me, I think the interface or the way it's used or how it's presented to us, it's very difficult. Even for a person like me, I like techie stuff. It was very difficult for me to even go through it. So I can just imagine somebody who really doesn't deal with computers having the issue.
Okay, somebody else. All right, we're gonna move on. Horace, very quickly, yours.
You know, most people don't like to read. They like for you to tell them what to do and how to go about doing it. And so for them, it is a challenge when you send somebody to your website.
Information overload. Information overload. I'm going to share my screen with you. The actual a lot of times when we bring people onto our business, we are so quick to send people to our website. Now, bringing people up on our website, can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we
Thank
can
you
see
so
your
much,
screen.
Shelley. Okay, let's go on this right here. When we send people our website, they see this. Now, the challenge with this is what? If you look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you got all of these pages. Is the average person going to read all this stuff?
No.
No.
They're not going to do it.
No.
I'd love to say people, it'd be wonderful to do it, but they're not. And so the average person come to this page, what do?
They'll just look, maybe they'll go to the products because maybe that is what interests them. You know, they want to look at the price, the products. And if they see maybe, oh, the price is this, okay, I'm out. Something like that.
Okay. So they go, first of all, to the products. I want everybody to have a pen, pencil, put down. First thing they want to see is the product. Then the next thing they want to see, and Michelle got, is the price. Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, they want to see the product and the price.
Yes.
But now, right now, they're looking for the product and price, and it's buried in all of this. They see product, 25%, and they'll go to the product, and Michelle says something is interesting. They'll see it, and they'll shut down. Why do they shut down?
Because of the price.
Yeah, the average person look at these prices, and the first thing they say is, I can go to the store and buy a collagen for $14.99. Why would I pay $64 for this product? Do everybody agree with that?
Yes.
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 Agree.
And whoever's coming in, we need to get the iPhone, probably Essie. Try to get a name on that, Nick, if you can. All right, so that's a challenge. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because it's buried in all of this information. So we do agree that people from the beginning want to know the product and the price. But there is something that introduces to them before they even get to product. Before you introduce a product to a person and a price, what do you have to build up? Within that person. We talked about the product and the price, but what is it that they have to know before they see the product and the price?
That it helped you. They have to hear what did it do for you? What did it do for you?
Okay, very good, Michelle. So therefore, they need to hear your personal experience. Now, if they don't have your personal experience, if you never had one, chances are you wouldn't be on here now as a leader if you didn't truly have some type of experience. Y'all agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Agree.
Most of us is not going to just come into a business off somebody else's what they got out of it. I want to know what it's going to do for me. And it's powerful to share an experience, but you know, people pay people to say experiences all the time. They do it all the time. You know, look at, we're going to give you $500 to go on and say this helped you out with asthma, and people do it for $500. So therefore, you have to face the reality that the credibility of other people is good, but your own story begins the person experience. You agree? So I want y'all to put down experiences.
Yes.
All right. Now, before you even get, once you, maybe even after experiences, what else are these people looking to know? And if my
Credibility.
hands up, I'm not, I can't look at it with the hand up.
Credibility.
International product.
No, credibility. And credibility in our way comes from what?
From
the science. And
Science. People, the science aspect is what people are looking for. Now, the company has actually done something that makes it easy for us. And that is the what?
Science brochure.
The science
I want
brochure.
y'all to put that down, the science brochure. Science brochure. Now, why look at the science brochure? Why look at the science brochure? Let's just go do a brief examination of the science brochure. Everybody see my screen, right?
Yes.
Now, if I tried a product, or if I was getting ready to introduce a product, I want people to understand what is it that separate my product from everything out there in Walmart, Amazon, Cousin Popo's pharmacy, and so on. I want to know what is it that make this product work so well? Because once people know that it works, a whole different aspect of it open up. Now, in fact, the wallets open up a little bit more once they know it worked. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
So why should everybody on here read this brochure until it almost becomes second nature to actually do this product? Well, first of all, the point that it was made by the military is huge to a lot of people. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, why would you say that's huge, people? This is an interaction, by the way. And although you're very, very shy, I'm hoping the people on here in time really become leaders to speak up and really take the lead in highlighting what we're trying to say here, so everybody can learn from each other here. So I'm gonna ask this question again. Why is this product being developed for the military is so important? And make your comments very brief, because I'm gonna ask you other questions. And Nick, as my assistant, call on hands as they come up, because I'm not looking at hands.
Because I wanted to say so.
Okay, Liz.
Liz.
Okay, I can see hands on here. Liz, we'll start out with you, and then Michelle.
But that factor adds credibility to the product.
It does. And anybody on here, this is very quick, because I'm seeing how much everybody on here. This product was developed after what?
9/11. 9/11.
9/11. And basically, if you read the brochure, it says to help soldiers to go through the hostile environment that they were going through. So strictly it was made for the military at that time. Now, right from the beginning, the military, NASA, the National Institute of Health, all those became involved in a very short period of time because MicroDaily was developed. Now, we're not even talking about the person yet. All we're talking about is why this product is separated from the stuff on the store shelves. Most of the stuff on the store shelves, you'll never know this. And it only takes one sentence to say, I want to introduce you to a product that was developed for soldiers because it was really developed to help them to get through some of the most hostile, mental, physical, emotional environments that you can go through, and it's to help people to overcome things that break down their immune system. Did everybody hear what I did within 30 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't spend time trying to go back into 3 or 5 minute explanations. The key to building up suspense is to take information and put it in one sentence and eliminate all of it right away. Validation. Let's go to the next one. If people want to know what the time factor to make MicroDaily, what's the time factor? Very simply speaking,
From 2001 to 2006.
Now, from the hesitancy of everyone on this network, because we're being frank with each other, what does the hesitancy tells me about most people on this network, if not all?
You don't know everything.
If y'all don't know this brochure and you've chosen this as a business, and you're planning on educating people to become a professional presenter. You're a professional presenter, a professional inviter. And please, everybody just swallow that's including me, by the way. We're swallowing our pride, and what we're doing is we're talking about ways for you to develop better credibility to people you talk to. Going down here, look over this MicroDaily scientific validation. This right here is huge, people. 6 years of testing, 9 months of safety testing with U.S. military internal review, 14 clinical studies, including 7 human trials. In this case, $24 million was invested in the development of this MMF, one product, MicroDaily, in his primary stage, $24 million. And it tells you where it came from. You ever heard it takes an act of Congress to get money out of people? Guess what? 12.5 million funding from the U.S. Congress. It is possible. 7 U.S. patents. And then it talks about Prasad. Everybody follow me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Department of Defense,
Yes.
validation. Animal studies? Yes, it was completed. Human studies was completed with the military. They had 17 scientists from the military that grilled Dr. Prasad to make sure that this product actually worked, and it passed in flying colors. There is no product in your pharmacies, Walmart, Amazon that can claim that. So basically, MicroDaily was approved when?
2006.
2006.
You notice I'm gonna wait because I want everybody to hear this because we're going to grow together. And please don't feel bad about being a little bit behind. That doesn't mean that I'm behind in certain areas. Har's behind in certain areas. Freddie behind certain areas. Michelle, all of us are bringing all of us up together.
No, I ain't.
Who's that?
Freddie denying. I mean, she's
Freddie in denial, so Freddie needs a brain boost while we continue this.
She laughing about it though.
I love Freddie. Now, why is it important to know Kedar Prasad?
Ask the question again. I'm sorry.
Why is it important to know Kedar Prasad?
As to credibility again.
Because it's the master brain behind everything.
Excellent. I love it. Everybody now that's what we're looking for. People, you should not have to go to this. You don't have to know them all. But how many people do you know in your pharmaceutical things, in your natural, how many people do you believe have the credibility behind their products, the validity of this man, the credentials, the accolades, the works of this man? How many people do you know that publish 250 PubMed articles? You'd be very fortunate if somebody do 2 or 3. Or what about authoring 31 books? What are the subjects that this man authored that make us really powerful in our weapons when we present to people. What are the 3 areas that he specialized in? Let me hear, do y'all know that?
Diabetes,
Cancer.
Cancer,
diabetes,
Dementia.
dementia.
Christian.
okay. All right, one is cancer. One is radiology. Now, a lot of these involve all the things you just talked about, but this man studied extensively and had books in cancer, radiology, and micronutrients. And it covers all those things that y'all just talked about. Look at his accolades. World's first radiologist biologist in 1963. When it comes to cancer, what did he do in 1981 that was exceptional?
We found
Vitamin D sustenance.
yes.
He did what?
He found out about
Vitamin E
succinate.
Excellent, excellent. And a lot of people don't know that. Vitamin E sustenance that has an effect on cancer, it was discovered by Kedar Prasad, and people have wrote so many articles since that happened. How many people do you know in the pharmaceuticals or Walmart that have books that are published that are still on Amazon, giving this man credibility as being a brilliant scientist? Heard somebody told me the other day that says, you know what? I see what you're saying, but he ain't no doctor. I said, no, he's not a doctor. I said, you know what's interesting about doctors? They get their recommendation from scientists. That's why they say, follow the science. You have to have the confidence to actually be able to answer these people without any hesitation, people. That's how you gain credibility, and people walk away from you and they go to their friends and their family and people they don't know. And you, that person know what they're talking about. That Sharon, she knows what she's talking about. She introduced me to this man, Kedar Prasad, a PhD scientist that have done some amazing things. And then we can get into it. Now, again, accolades. Read all those. Keep going. We're going to keep going. Now, the point of Dave Nemelka. The point, remember what I did? I told y'all what David and Prasad, how they came together. And Prasad had the product, but he didn't have the money. Dave had the money, but he didn't have the product. And then when they came together and Dave's wife, say it again.
Reese's peanut butter, chocolate and the peanut butter.
There you go. I use that analogy. And even the company was like, wow. Now, I got that from somebody else, by the way. I did not. Anything I tell you guys, please.
Excuse me. Would you repeat that again, please? I missed it.
Who was this? Who was this speaking?
That's Freddie.
Who was this? All right. Here's what I did. Was I told the company, I said, the way that this product came together with David and Prasad, I gave him an analogy. I said, remember back in the day, they had a commercial. A boy was going down the street with his little radio, and the girl was coming up the street with her peanut butter. She was like, wow, he's eating chocolate. And this girl coming up the other way with her peanut butter. All of a sudden, they both ran into each other. And he looked, she said, you put chocolate in my peanut butter. And he looked and said, well, you put peanut butter in my chocolate. And then they both bit it and said, wow, that's the birth of MicroDaily. Or ML. In this case, it was Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, but that's what happened with this product. Now, believe it or not, to rectify our thing of the past, when they changed companies, they went with the original product and then they had to adjust it back because what happened was they accidentally found that there was a product that was a lot more of that wasn't in the original formula that we talked about. I used this analogy and the company looked and said, you know what, that made sense. And as a result, the MicroDaily EMF with the new company is coming together, coming out with that EMF that was the original, that was not a formula, but actually any more rice flour. But we're not going to get into that because that's all done. But the point is that they accidentally came together and people started using the MMF right now, the MicroDaily, and this stuff has changed people's lives. This is where you bring the both of them together. When you read this, and that's why I told you, you have to read this about 5 to 6 times to get this so much in your head that you realize the power. You guys got power in your hands. I took $3,000 worth of this over to South Africa. Almost $3,000. And I built up so much credibility with people. I said, look, I'm not over here to start a business. It's probably never come over here. I said, but what I do want to see is, does these products actually work like it did in the US? And on a scale of 1 to 10, I was hoping to at least get a 5. I got a 15 over there. The people, we had so many experiences. We had somebody that was sick for weeks, started taking our product. And in 3 days, he got so well. His wife been trying to get him back from that sickness of after COVID. I use that here. I don't use terminologies in it when we talk. But after COVID, he went through some stuff with breathing all. In about 3 days, she says, "What did you give me? This stuff is better than anything I've seen." And all that stuff he's taking didn't work. This stuff is amazing. How do I get it? And by the way, they're millionaires, so therefore they can actually get it, but they're gonna pay a lot of price to get over there, but they don't seem to care. But the point is that we have one of the best products in the world, which is MicroDaily. The MMF, the original, brought everybody along since 2012 to now. That original brought people aboard. Now, keep that in mind of what I just told you. People, this whole company for the last almost 12 years was built off what?
Original.
MMF. The
Original
original.
MMF. How much does the original MFR? How much does the original cost?
$50 some.
53.
53, 55 right now. Okay, so everybody's aware of that. Now, keep in mind, these two came together. It worked so well on David's wife that they both decided to formulate and develop Engage Global Company. That was what year? I'm waiting on anybody. What year? Wow, we have to really get in this brochure, right? I mentioned it before. It was 2012. That's when this company came along. The military decided that they moved on and found other stuff, and they said, hey, if y'all want to open it to the public, y'all can. And that's how it was, that's how Engage Global was born. It's the only company I've ever seen or been a part of that's been around for over 10 years, now 11 years, and they have yet to have major leaders in this company. They got some of the best products, they got some of the best payout plans, but they don't have a lot of leaders. There's an opportunity here, people, and I need you to understand you're in the right place at the right time, but I don't know whether it's the right time in your life. That's a whole different story. Now, knowing this brochure with that original product, having one product could be good. I mean, they could have stuck to me with MMF and changed it to a MicroDaily Original and done extremely well. Now, how do I know that? I know that because about 14 years ago, I was with one product, Great Health Works, Omega XL. I even tell you what it is because it don't make a difference no more. They're on TV with Larry King. I was one of the ones that sit in the hotel room when the concept of Omega XL was developed. And I stayed with that company for 3 years with one product, Omega XL. And in 3 years, they were paying me $24,000 to $27,000 a month off one product. Why did they do it? Because that product it took people about a month, a little bit under a month, to say, you know what, this omega-3 is some of the best omega-3 I've ever had. And it came from the green lip mussel out of New Zealand. But that product, I used to tell people, I say, stay with it about 2 months, you'll feel something. And it's going to make a difference in your life. Now, what's interesting is they went to television. All of us said goodbye. Of course, that's another story. But they went to television, and we basically were through with the networking aspect. But what's interesting is over 50% of my customers on Omega XL is still with the company. Why? Because I knew my product. I knew what it could do. I kept it affordable for them. And they always held on to their account. They made a solid foundation because I knew my product. Now, what does that have to do with this brochure? What does that have to do with this? What do y'all think?
We need to know our products.
And here's the interesting thing is the company has been gracious enough to put where it originated, who it came from, the actual product itself. Look at this. As you go down that same product, it's telling you what this product does, all the stuff it does. And then, of course, there's another page that tells about look at this. What's inside it? Wow. Vitamin A, C, E succinate, B3, B12 absorption, and so on. This, and then how should you take it? It's here in the brochure. We don't have to go through all that stuff on the website to find it. It's there for us. Why are we recreating the wheel? Why are we doing the wheel over again? It's unnecessary. This right here, scroll down. We're on page 7 of 19 pages. Go down. What does CQF stand for? Combination, quantity, and form. Well, why? Here's the information, how it affects you. The information is right here, people. The causes of bad health, right here. That's all we have to know. People sit back and they say, you know what? I don't understand. You know, I eat the right foods. I'm drinking water. I'm exercising. I don't know why in the world I got bad health. This is all they need to know. You don't need to go beyond this. You don't need to get into complication. It's all here for you. The illustration of a normal cell digressing down to a cell with oxidative stress. You got it right there. What are some things that are very important to people today? Gluten-free, huge. People don't want stuff with gluten today. What are all natural sweeteners? What's the main sweetener we use?
Sugar.
Stevia.
We don't use sugar. We don't use sugar. Whoever said that, throw that out. What do we use?
Honey or stevia.
Stevia. Manufactured in GMP. What does that mean? You got to know that, people.
A facility, specific.
The facility is the highest quality, which means that there is no things in there, bacteria and stuff that's allowed in there. It's in a quality environment to ensure the cleanest manufacturing possible. Made in the USA, huge with people. A lot of people got a little problem. They say, hey, did this stuff come from China? That's a big thing. Right now, third party tested. The company tested, and then they get double blind. They third party tested the double blind, and then they do a company that has nothing to do with us to ensure that the product works. Is this all making sense to y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
90-day money back guarantee.
Of course it does.
Excellent. 90-day money back guarantee. People don't go out there and tell people, you know what, you can take this stuff for 3 months and you can get your money back if it don't work. Is that a true statement?
No.
No. We're telling people that, and we're mixing them up, and we're creating an enemy if they go 3 months and can't get all their product back. You have to know your brochure. A 90-day money back guarantee means what? In a very, very simplistic explanation that somebody can't say, I didn't know. What does 90-day money back guarantee? And I'm waiting on a hand to go up. No, I want your hands up on this one. If you think you know the answer, I want a very simple explanation. Freddie, go ahead.
If you feel like the product is not working for you, you can return the unused portions and the company will refund you.
Okay, that's a good one, but it's not the one I would say. Somebody else. Sharon.
Money back guarantee if you're not satisfied with your first order.
Right. You could use every product with this company. The first order could be a Dr. Prasad special. At the end of the 30 days, you could decide. Matter of fact, not even at the 30 days. Really 30 days, because if they're on auto ship, they're going to have another one coming. So therefore, it is important for them to know that, you know what, this company is so confident that you're going to get results from these products if you take them every day. And please don't order them. And this is why I tell people, please do not order this product if you're not going to take it every day. I say, because within 30 days, when you finish and your next order is on the way, If you decide by 2 or 3 days before you finish, there's nothing here for you, we're going to both make a call to the company and cancel it, and you're going to get your money back. But you can only do that on your first order of each one of our products. Is that okay with you? Do you understand what I'm saying? What am I doing on that, people? What am I doing on that?
You're being upfront with that person.
Okay, and I am preventing what?
Clawback.
Clawback.
People, stop creating clawbacks and then calling me up saying, oh no, in the world, they had callback and they didn't take the product for 2 months. And I'm sitting up saying, well, why didn't they? Usually it's the explanation, it's the analysis, it's the finances, it's what we basically put all this stuff together. Now, here's a teaching point for you. I don't tell everybody to go out and buy every product, especially if I see somebody having struggle with their rent. Why would I go get them on a Dr. Broussard special so I can get the all of it bonus at front and then 3 months later get it? But at 3 months later, you might not get it, because if they can't pay their rent, if they can't buy enough groceries, if they can't do this and that, what makes you think that these products are so important that it's going to be a priority month 2 and 3? It's not going to be. So it dawned on me or something. I'm saying this little stuff in between just to give y'all a little point. I don't highlight going and selling something just to get a big upfront, whatever. I want those people to be on our product for a lifetime with the products they actually need and can afford. I'm saying, I make sure that they buy not only the product they need, but what they can afford. And if some person sitting up struggling financially, I know that the least thing they can get is what?
The original.
The original, $55 whatever. And then hopefully they'll be able to afford the probiotic, because I tell people, if your gut is not in shape, it don't matter what veggies you eat. It don't matter what vitamins you take. It don't matter whatever, because if your gut is unhealthy, you're unable to process anything to get all the nutrients that your body needs to make a change from a cellular level. You know where I'm getting all this stuff from? I'm getting it from just this brochure. I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there trying to get my people back there to sort through that maze of conflicting stuff I see back there. Good information if you like to go back there and just search website. I don't have time to do that. So if I make sure that they understand this brochure in a very simplistic understanding, it's going to eliminate them not knowing what's going on. Now, does that make sense to everybody here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, 2 people then, it did.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we got more people now. Okay, now I'm gonna go up. If you look, all their products are on here. 5G sign up, 700. This 5G, you can read about it. MicroDaily. People ask me, well, what is really EMF? What makes this stuff different from the original? Well, it has other ingredients in there to deal with the electromagnetic frequencies, waves that are being bombarded through our television, through our computers, through 5G channels. Matter of fact, but what it does, and if you look at MicroDaily EMF promotes, this is all you need to know right here. Don't get so deep in these things that you lose the person. Because one of the things that people got to understand is the deeper you go, the more people conclude, I can never do that. That's why it's important. And I highlight it with Horace all the time. I say, hey, I said, take that 5 minutes and put it in 30 seconds. Do I not do that, Horace?
You do.
And whenever you do that, your sales are going to increase 100-fold. The more simple you are, the more your sales will increase, because people figure, I can do this. I can do this. And so there go to MicroDaily. There go to Collagen. Huge. I'm not going to get into what it does. I think you guys can read it. The Collagen Daily promotes. Look at this stuff. These are things people are having problems with today. I took collagen. I'm gonna tell y'all I did something. I'm gonna share something with y'all. I got a coconut along with vitamin E lotion. So I was reading about the moles falling off and all the other stuff. So I decided I took a little container and I put the lotion in there. I put the lotion in there, and then I opened up an EMF capsule, put it in there. Then I put the collagen in there. And what I did was, so I had the vitamin E and the coconut oil, the collagen, the EMF, and then I took it in there and put some of that purified water in there. I shook it up and I just started spraying it on my neck, because I had a rash from my neck coming around. And I started spraying it. I said, I started spraying on my face and my neck and all. And I've done that now for a couple of weeks. And I went to a assembly program and I knew I was looking good. Everybody looking at my face. I said, man, this stuff really does replenish. It makes your face look beautiful. All my rash that was around my neck in 2 days, maybe 3 days, disappeared. And I have to say, I said that long. I looked at it, I said, boy, you sure look good. I do recommend you take and try little stuff. And by the way, I got that from somebody that told me they had put MicroDaily as a capsule and some liquid and sprayed, and they had gotten the results from their skin. I said, well, what would happen if I put collagen, coconut oil, vitamin E, and then put that liquid in and spray it? Man, my skin just, I don't know what happened. But anyway, long story short, play with it a little bit and then recommend it for some of these people that got some of these rashes that don't seem to go anywhere. Tell them, try this right here just on this little area for the next month, and let's see what it does. Nick, go ahead.
I was just thinking, since it's natural, it's not going to hurt you.
It's not going to hurt you. Spray it on the outside. Some of that stuff you're buying in these pharmaceuticals will, though. And so, probiotic, brain boost, eye boost, the amazing benefits of CBD. I told somebody the other day, and by the way, my wife's father haven't gotten a good night's sleep in probably years. My wife will tell you about that. And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, when you take CBD, instead of taking it in the morning, I said, why don't you just take 2 before you go to bed? And he took it with his EMF. He almost literally cried to thank us that his pain diminished so much. He was getting a good night's sleep and he wasn't getting up to go to the bathroom every other hour because he did that. This right here is incredible. You have to create your own stories. Now why does a child need the gummy bears? And by the way, we do have children that are taking the EMF, and I got some people on here that would tell you that their children are benefiting from the EMF. But going to school, just right here, by the way, the lemonade taste, kids love it, got behavioral problems. Guess what? This is curving it. You need to learn that. You know how many people got children with behavior problems going on right now? It's crazy. Going with the MicroDaily, methylated, hydro, and so on. And at the end, you wonder what Dr. Prasad scientists set in supplemental efficacy validation. All you gotta do is read it right here in the brochure, and then his books. Now, from what I just taught you, I just want, as a network, tell me, please, and I'm gonna stop sharing. Did you learn something from tonight's presentation with that? Did you learn something on that?
Yes, a lot.
Yes.
Go ahead, Nicholas. We'll start with you.
It's really helped because now I got a strategy for when people start asking me questions, or take them to the brochure and say, so what's hurting again? Or what's happening? And just take them to that particular section in there. Instead of reading the whole thing to them, take them to that one little section. And then say, hey, would you like a copy of this? And let them go ahead and read it on their own.
All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I just appreciate going over the science brochure in a little bit more shorter, concise way to combat any sort of negative questions people might have. I just have to answer them on basically the science behind everything so that they can feel comfortable. in trusting the product, and obviously only when they use it will they really find the real benefit. So I appreciate that, the
Thank you,
detailed
Michelle.
explanation. Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Horace?
It's Bev.
Oh, Beverly. Oh, go ahead, Beverly. I didn't see you there.
Okay. I said I have to agree with Shelley. What she was saying about, you know, you just have to take it apart. I mean, I've looked at the brochure. I just didn't go into in depth with it. Like you just went through, made it a whole lot simpler than trying to get people to read. I think that's the problem that a lot of people have, just reading the information. It's a lot of information. And when you go in the science brochure, you can pick and choose with what you would like them to know or what they want to know.
And thank you so much, Beverly, for saying that, because you could pick and choose it based upon what they said their problem is. Don't focus in on the other stuff. Focus in on what it does for their problem. And that's a good, excellent point, Beverly. I didn't even think about that, but break it down into what their problem is. Go ahead, Sharon.
Also, too, in reference to how it would be to talk about the product, but then you give the testimonial and you're working their appetite up, that even though they look at the price, then they won't feel so intimidated by the price, because you give them the testimonial, the credibility of the product, and then they can go to the brochure, or you can highlight one or two things from the brochure that talks about what the product can do.
That is what Sharon just said is really the key to now I'm ready to take them. Now I'm ready, after I've validated the product, I'm going to take them to right here. That's the only one I'm concerned about, because what it does, whatever product I'm interested in introducing, you can actually tap on the product and it would tell you everything about this. Take, for instance, if I wanted to send them Dr. Broussard Choice, which is, again, unless they can really afford that, what I'm doing is, if you go at the bottom, it tells you what each one of these products here do. Each one of them do, and tell you how to promote it. I'm sorry, how to predict. So the product description, it's got all that down below. So now when they see these prices, I tell them, well, originally this collagen, let me go for the example of this collagen. I'll tell them originally this collagen actually cost $86.66, but because you're agreeing to be on a subscription, people don't like auto ship. You say on a subscription, that means that you're going to give this 90 days to get it into your system. The company is going to let you have it for just $64.95 for the next 3 months. You see what I just did? What did I do? I showed them what it costs, and then I tell them, but the company is going to give you a discount, 25%, because you're on the subscription for $64.99. What I generally do, people, on this, and it's very important you hear me on this, only put people on the products they need. If they only need, if they can't afford it, the best product, once again, is what? If they can't afford it.
MicroDaily original and the probiotic.
There you go. And if they can't afford it, the probiotic, tell them the probiotic you'll only be on for a short period of time. And by the way, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll down to the MicroDaily original for $55.95. I'm gonna tap on it, and originally it's $74.95, 65, but because you're getting this every month, the company is going to let you have it for only $55.99. It's going to make a world of a difference. And they look and say, what is it going to do? It's right down below here. It's going to optimize your immune system, boost your immune system. It's going to have an anti-inflammatory response, which means when this viruses or bacteria come in your body, it's going to make your cells strong enough to fight it. It's going to eliminate your cell damage by free radicals. And here's a big one. It's going to be optimal health for your heart and energy. How many people are looking for that? Things to help them with their heart and energy. And so when I direct them to this front page, I'm hoping y'all catch this. So far, I'm going this home page. But now what I'm doing is all I'm concerned about right now with them on the product is what? I'm gonna do it all over and over until I hear
5% discount.
Tap on that because it's going to tell you all the products and what it's going to cost, but you validate it because you know that science brochure and you brought them home on it. Now, that's all I can say on that. Right now, you only got to the end of the month to take advantage of this. Limited time, this new MicroDaily Hydro EMF. This stuff is amazing. Tastes good. And one pouch is 90 of them in there. One pouch equal 3 EMF MicroDailies. One pouch. Now, I'm buying a bunch of them because it's a great time. What I'm doing is I'm taking these packages and I'm getting little small plastic bags and I'm putting a card in there. And for those of you that don't know, you can buy marketing equipment or you can buy marketing things. I'm putting a card in there from my back office. Let's see what I can go to my my business, my tools, documents and media. I can go down and then I can find cards. And this is where you got your resources where if you wanted to now, if you wanted to, you could actually get, let's see. Product. This is, by the way, this is really, oh, here it is. Marketing resources. You can actually get cards or anything to actually put inside that small pouch with, what I'm giving them is 3 days of use. Those of you that can afford it. I'm giving them 3 people that really want to try a product. I make an agreement that I'm going to give you, in this case, 6 packages. That's 3 days worth of MicroDaily Hydro. You have to promise me you're going to take it. And I said, it is the best product that you can actually have. Now, you can put that one-page form, or you can go down to a card, a shareable card. MicroDaily. Now, watch this shareable card, what it looks like. I can do that. This right here, what it does is, and I don't like this one, by the way. I like the one that's the red card. And I just tell people, here's what I do. Well, you can do that one too. I don't like that one either. There's a red card. Matter of fact, I'll tell you where it is. And I'm sitting up here. Let's see. Oh, I tell you where it is. Right here. If you can go over here with your reward port, shop now. And you scroll down. There's pass along cards. See the cards right here?
Mm-hmm.
I love these cards. This right here tells you this, and you can actually scroll down to all, and there's cards in there that's MicroDaily. See, sales material right there. These right here are pass along cards. You can order these cards, and you can actually take a card and put it into a little pouch along with 6 Hydros and tell people, look, I want you to try this out. And within 3 days, tell me whether you feel a difference. Now, I could put this right here because it's really MicroDaily EMF. I can get 250 of these for $61. And if you look on this, that's what the front looks like. That's what the back looks like. And what I do is I put that in there. You notice this little code right here? It'll take them to my website. And they can actually order if they like what they're trying. And so after I get my first one, I'm going to go to Vistaprint and probably have this printed up so I can get it even cheaper. So I highly recommend that you buy enough of this, buy one, get one free. Let's stop this. Buy one, get one free so that you can actually market
Buy
your
two
product.
and get one free. Buy two and get
Buy
one
two,
free.
get one free of the hydro. That's the new promotion running to the end of the month. And what it'll do, it'll give you enough pouches that, remember, at the end of the year, if you make over $600, you got to pay taxes anyway. So why not take and spend money along the way to build your business and customers that maybe have the potential to become affiliates? Does this all make sense to everybody?
Yes.
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 We started 1 hour ago, and I promised people 1 hour. Did you? Before we end, there is something I'm working on to make things simpler for my network. I am actually making a website for your Bernard Dean coaching networks that will have the science brochure on it. It's going to have the products on it, and it's going to have the experiences on it, and that is it. And it is to get your new people started without going through all of this other stuff of actually sharing a website that they have to sort through. And then what we're doing, Nick and I are working on, is a YouTube channel that we're going to have 1 to 5 or 6 minutes, may have a couple of 10 minutes videos on there that's going to have the experiences of people and the title of what that experience is going to be. A person had something happen with them with heart problems, it's going to be on there. Person has something that happened with them with an inflammatory respiratory condition, it's going to be on there. Person had cancer, it's going to be on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to gather all this stuff to make it more simpler for our personal network to be able to go to share with their people. And all you have to do is make sure your people understand that you have a link that you're going to personally give to them so they can order if they like what they see.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Sounds
okay,
great.
so comments on tonight before we shut it down?
The meeting was great. I appreciate it. Learning some extra information. Great. It's nicely streamlined, and it was really great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Y'all have a good night.
Liz, you take care. Thank you so much.